What goes on, guys? We're back here again with yet another review, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Mortal Kombat 11's McFarlane Toys The Joker. As you can see, obviously this is not a DC Multiverse box. I just reviewed Lobo, so this is what a DC Multiverse box looks like versus what a Mortal Kombat one looks like. So obviously this is not part of the DC Multiverse line, so you're probably asking yourself, what the hell? Why is Joker in that box? Well, Joker did make appearances in the game and yada yada yada, which I'll talk about more in a little bit. But I think it's kind of cool that he's intertwining his lines, like kind of like how the Turtles went into Power Rangers, and like Snake Eyes in Fortnite kind of thing. Like companies using the same different licenses to make a figure. That's kind of cool. So you can see the Joker in there. It says the Joker at the bottom. On the side, you get a good promotional image of the figure, which that head sculpt is not the same head sculpt as that, but it actually looks better in person, which is cool. Mortal Kombat 11 on the side. You get the top of the cane there, which is a nice little touch. On the back, you get to see a cool product image of the Joker, which actually looks really good. Mortal Kombat logo in the background, but I like on the sides here, like says like the ha ha ha, like, Joker, I guess, so to speak. So that's pretty cool. On the bottom there is the barcode if you're looking for it. But yeah, I mean, there's not really much to the packaging with these guys. McFarlane's pretty simplistic with their packaging, which is fine by me. I don't really care. So without further ado, I think it's time we go ahead and crack this guy open. So taking this Joker out of the box, I'm not too sold on him, to be honest. He's very, hard and stiff. He's very hard to move. I don't know if it's that they used a different kind of material for the Mortal Kombat line, which that hasn't really been my experience with the ones that I have played with. I've only played with 2 other ones, but I don't feel like that's been the case with them. Maybe it's just him, my figure, but he's very stiff, very hard plastic. So it kind of makes him not very fun to play around with. I was kind of struggling taking pictures of this guy. I really didn't know what to do with him. There's not much paint to talk about. He is a new sculpt for the most part, I believe. And I will admit, I love his head sculpt. So, with all that being said, let's go ahead and take a look at it, because I do really like that head sculpt for the Joker. I think that looks awesome. Very game accurate. I love the black around the eyes and the paint, like his mouth, like lipstick that goes all the way up to his eye. I think that looks awesome. Everything's painted very clean. I like the green hair, so that's awesome. Going down into the jacket, you get like the suspenders that should be painted, but they are not. All that is sculpted though, so you get like the buttons and the design on his jacket. There is a nice little texture on the outside of the jacket, like the outer coat. That rose is sculpted and painted, which is nice, but the outer coat does have a nice texture to it. It's got some good detail work in the back, which I do really like. The buttons, like the lapels and things like that, are all sculpted. You get a nice leathery texture for the hands there, which I do like as well. And then on the back of the coat tail, it is orange, so they must have painted it and then put it on. I don't really know if that was completely necessary. I mean, I guess I just wish that paint was put somewhere else, like paint the suspenders. I don't know. But going down into the pants, they are pinstriped pants that are completely sculpted. They got a texture and all the pinstripes are sculpted. And then going down into the feet, you get the leathery shoes as well. It just feels like very cheap. It doesn't feel like there's a lot here to make it worth an adult collectible. It seems like a basic figure with more articulation in it. That's kind of how it seems, because there's not a lot of paint to talk about at all. I think a little bit of wash, maybe a little bit of detail work in the design and on the suspenders by a customizer would bring this to life. But I think it's lacking. But he does come with a couple accessories, so let's go ahead and talk about those. So Joker does come with 2 accessories. He comes with the cane, which I'll show you in a second, and a knife, but I cannot find the knife for the life of me. I have no idea where it went. I must have dropped it and it fell on my desk, and I cannot find that. I did take pictures with it, so go ahead and follow me on Instagram to see what the knife looks like. I really apologize. If I find it before I'm done editing and recording this video, I'll go ahead and show it, but I cannot find that right now. But it's just a basic knife. But he also does come with this newly sculpted cane, which I really, really like. The silver on that is so nice. And I like that it's painted around the bottom and then wrapped around the top. I really, really like that. He does hold it pretty well. And he can also hold it like this. I think of the meme on TikTok where this is the Joker that goes when he's talking to Grodd. Harley must have left out her pet. And Grodd's like, I am no one's pet. And then he's like, back in your cage, monkey. Yeah, there were a lot of memes made with that. So I find this pretty funny. And this is kind of the Joker that I think of when I hear that. But yeah, the cane looks pretty cool, and I like him holding it. It's definitely probably, oddly enough, my favorite aspect of the entire figure is the cane. I liked having the knife in his hand too, but like I said, I can't find that for the life of me. So yeah, cane, and he does come with a knife, and of course the figure stand and the card, but nobody cares about those. So let's go ahead and talk about his articulation, because I do have quite a bit of issues with that. So taking a look at his articulation, the head is actually pretty good. The head's going to look up that far, down that much. Great pivot, and then side to side rotation. So the shoulder on this side is fine. Just to demonstrate, it does go up that far. Down, rotate 360. It doesn't really go down all the way. You do get a bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, and then the wrists have the ball hinge, so you can get them in whatever configuration you want to move them around. But this side was super stiff at first. I mean, it still is pretty stiff, so much so that and this is kind of my fault, I grabbed it here and I went to yank it up and it was stuck. So this is kind of like loose now, like it almost like snapped, which is kind of ridiculous. If I would have had 3 figures break in a week, I would have given up. But you do get a double diaphragm joint that only moves that far forward, that far back, pivots that far, that far. It'll rotate at the bottom. It doesn't really rotate at the top. Like, it will, but I wouldn't push that too much, especially because he's so stiff. I don't understand why there's like barely any articulation. I don't know. I don't really like that. And it's, like I said a million times at this point, it's really stiff. It does give you 3 like a split. He'll kick forward that far, back. No thigh swivel at all. Like, that is like a block key, so there's no way. Double jointed knees, and then he's gonna go down that far, up that much. Do get really good pivot on him, and ankles and toe articulation. He is actually pretty easy to stand, but yeah, I just feel like he's really stiff, and just be mindful when you're getting him out that I feel like he uses a different kind of plastic because he kind of is brittle, so just be careful with that. But overall, the articulation's pretty mediocre. I don't really have anything to compare him to. I don't really, I could get Spawn down. Here he is next to the Arkham Asylum Batman, if you really want to see it. He is a little bit shorter, as I feel Joker should be, but I really feel like this kind of just goes with the Mortal Kombat line more, that I really don't have many figures from. I only have my favorite character, Shao Kahn, and he's not here with me, so this, that, or the other, he's scaled fine for a Mortal Kombat Joker. But, you're probably asking yourself that question, yo, Ant, what are you thinking of this figure? And I gotta say, it's not very good. I'm not too happy with it. McFarlane's very hit or miss lately. They either are nailing it, or they're effing shit up. And this is an example of effing shit up. I'm not a big fan of this at all. Well, not at all, but I just feel like it could have been done a lot better. The plastic is just weird on this thing. It's like all stiff, and I can't describe it because I've never felt plastic like that on a toy before. But whatever, if you get it in hand, you'll know what I'm talking about. So overall, I'm going to give him probably like a 5 out of 10. He's not terrible. Just, if I didn't have an Amazon coupon, I probably wouldn't have been buying him, kind of deal. But with that being said, I believe that's all I have for today. So do yourself and me a favor and like, comment, subscribe on this video. And while you're at it, go ahead and follow me on Instagram as well, because I take a bunch of pictures of him and everything else that I get. So it's a lot of cool pictures, and I put a lot of work into those. So your appreciation, my appreciation, is appreciated. Boom, there. I think I said that right. But I think that's all I got for today. So I will see you guys in the next one. But as always, let me know. You coppin'? Let me know. I'll see you guys later. Peace.